Hello and welcome back to Mini Lotter. This is Lemmy. Today I'm gonna show you how I paint a morannon orc and how you can paint it rather fast and easy. I already started this orc with a chaos black base coat and already did his base pretty much the same way as I did the dwarves. If you have not seen that video, check it out. And this is what he's gonna look like by the end. Looking pretty good. It's an orc, so I don't really like to put a lot of effort into them, because they're gonna die rather fast and they're supposed to look nasty and gnarly and pretty much disgusting. So to start off, I use ironbreaker on every part of his armor. It's a little bit more shiny than lead belcher, what I usually like to use. But in my head canon, they're like, these orcs were just given their armor that was just made before the battle for Minas Tirith. That's my head canon. So they didn't have a lot of time to mess it up already. After give everything a nice and even coat of ironbreaker, and it doesn't actually have to be a nice and even coat. If some darker spots arise because the paint starts separating while you're painting, or you just forget to paint a little part of the armor, it doesn't really matter. By the end of it, it will look just like armor. It won't affect the model at all. That means you can paint them rather fast. So if you just bought a Battle of Osgiliath box set like I did, you can get through your orcs quick and be ready for a nice battle report. Or battle. After the ironbreaker, we do the pants and the shirt in khorne red. I like to do them both in red because it's easy. That's actually the main reason, and I don't want to use a lot of paints. If you would just start painting, you don't want to spend €200 or more on new paints and shade paints and brushes and this and that. If you can just use the same color multiple times, it really saves some money and it doesn't make that big of a difference, especially if you're just starting out. After khorne red, I use rhinox hide for the back of his feet, his little socks. And if he has another shirt underneath his first shirt, I use rhinox hide as well. So any part of his clothes you haven't painted yet, just use rhinox hide. And if he has a little fur collar, like this guy, I use mechanicus standard grey for the little collar part. After the collar, I do the straps on his armor, his belt, and the handle of his spear, if he is wielding one, or his axe, or whatever, in mournfang brown. You could use any other color for it, but mournfang brown is a good color to use for leather straps and wood in my opinion, so if you just want to paint it fast and it looking pretty good on the battlefield, just use mournfang brown. The next color I do not really know how to pronounce, but it's, I think, sybarite green, and I use it on his hands and his face. His hair I leave black, we're gonna go over it in a little bit. And I use this green. You can use pretty much any other green for an orc, because they're orcs, they have a whole bunch of different skin tones, maybe I think my cat just puked. I'll be back. Hey cutie. Yeah, are you okay? You're done puking. She's already eating to puke more. Yes. Just showing she's okay. And I'm back. Don't worry, she's fine. She just needs to learn to eat with patience. She gets fed every day at the same time, but still she thinks she's living on the streets and needs to gulp down everything she sees. Yeah, so you can use any color for his skin. I tend to use mostly green tints, sometimes a little beige tints, and occasionally a little bit of blue. If you want, if anyone is interested, let me know. I can do a little tutorial on how to paint orc skin tones. If you're interested, let me know in the comments down below. After you paint his skin, just go over the hair with abaddon black. I tend to leave the hair black because it's quick. If you didn't spill any green over into his hair or brown for some reason, you can just leave it. But I always give it a little bit of an extra layer of abaddon black. Once you've done that, I go with agrax earthshade all over the model. And don't be cheap with it. You should pretty much coat everything in a good layer of agrax earthshade, just to make sure everything comes together nicely, except his face and hands. His skin I shade with kroak green. And if you ask me, I really like how the kroak green comes together with this sybarite green. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. And maybe it's the autism in me that likes it, but I really like this combination of green and then kroak green shade. I think it looks awesome. And after that's dried, I put on some grass tufts and reunite him with his orc brethren. As you can see, once you put them all together, he looks pretty good. And if you put a troll in the back, they look pretty impressive. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can paint his teeth sticking out with Ushabti bone, but I tried it with another one and I didn't really like how it came out, but that's mostly just because I'm not the greatest painter. I don't have very steady hands, sadly. Not anymore. So that's how I paint an orc, and that's how you can paint an orc nice and quickly. If you follow each step and do it 24 times each, like ironbreaker on all 24 orcs, then khorne rat on all 24 orcs, you can get through them very quickly. I did not time how long it took for me to paint all my orcs, but it was not that long. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, share with a friend, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye! I can't record anymore, I can't do anything. Painting buddy has claimed me. Trying to record a video over here. Hey cutie. Yes, it's time for you to get love.